Michael Popak for Legal AF. With some breaking news, we've got criminal charges now being filed against Donald Trump and J.D. Vance related to their hate speech directed at the Baguette but proud Haitian community in Springfield, Ohio. It's under a unique aspect of Ohio procedural law that allows a private citizen through affidavit to file in a municipal court charges against another person to ultimately be approved by that judge. And that's exactly what's happened. The Haitian community has had enough. So the Haitian Bridge Alliance, a non-for-profit in Springfield, Ohio, has filed the charges, and I'll talk about the next steps under the statute. Let's talk about the statute. First, the law, then we'll talk about the ramifications and what happens next. The law is Ohio Code 2935.09DD, like David, which says that a private citizen having knowledge of the facts who seeks to cause an arrest or prosecution under this section may file an affidavit charging the offense committed with a reviewing official that's a municipal court judge for the purpose of review to determine if a complaint should be filed by the prosecuting attorney. So it starts with a civilian. It starts with the private citizen who then, after it's vetted by the municipal court judge, after a hearing, can't be dismissed before then, it gets sent over to the prosecutor's office for them to file an ultimate complaint, a criminal complaint on the same grounds a private citizen may file the affidavit charging the offense committed with the clerk of the court before or after the normal business hours. And that's what they've done. They hired a law firm and they've gone after Donald Trump. Here are the charges that are being lodged against Donald Trump by way of affidavit, swearing out a charge, if you will, disrupting public service by causing widespread bomb and other threats that resulted in massive disruptions to the public services in Springfield, Ohio, making false alarms by knowingly causing alarm in the Springfield community by continuing to repeat lies that state and local officials have said were false about cat and pet eating, committing telecommunications harassment by spreading claims they know to be false during the presidential debate campaign, rallies, nationally televised interviews, and social media. We'll take a look at some clips related to that in a minute. Committing aggravated menacing in violation by knowingly making intimidating statements with the intent to abuse, threaten, or harass the recipients, including Trump's threat to deport immigrants who are here legally to Venezuela. These are Haitians workers that were brought to this country willingly with a welcome map by Springfield, Ohio, to fill jobs, 15,000 of them missing from their manufacturing plants. And this is how we pay them back. This is how we pay back. This is how we PGE down to a downtrodden people brought to this country just to keep the economy of Springfield, Ohio alive. So they're going to be deported to Venezuela when they're here under temporary protective status by our government. More crimes that are alleged against and sworn out against Donald Trump and J.D. Vance by this Haitian nonprofit group committing aggravated menacing by knowingly causing others to falsely believe that members of Springfield's Haitian community would cause serious physical harm to the person or property of others in Springfield to bring everybody up to speak Donald Trump, at least during the debate brought on by a Laura Loomer, an alt-right podcaster, and maven for Donald Trump, whispering in his ear in order to bring racism further to the forefront of this election, accuse the downtrodden and Haitian community, a proud community that I call colleague and friend in Miami. The Haitians that have come here legally, working legally, not cross a border. There is no border between Ohio and Haiti, came here legally through an invitation program to work in the factories and in the businesses of Springfield. Ohio hit terribly by They've claimed that they're going to eat your pets. They're going to come for your cats and your dogs. Donald Trump went first here. He is at the debate at the 26-minute mark in the debate.
What they have done to our country by allowing these millions and millions of people to come into our country, and look at what's happening to the towns all over the United States. And a lot of towns don't want to talk. It's not going to be Aurora or Springfield. A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country. And it's a shame. As far as the rallies are concerned, as far as the reason they go is they like what I say. They want to bring our country back. They want to make America great again. It's a very simple phrase, make America great again. She's destroying this country, and if she becomes president, this country doesn't have a chance of success. Not only success, we'll end up being Venezuela on steroids.
I just want to clarify here. You bring up Springfield, Ohio, and ABC News did reach out to the city manager there. He told us there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the immigrant community.
Well, I've seen people on television.
Let me just say here, this is the
people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. So maybe he said that, and maybe that's a good thing to say for a city manager.
I'm not taking this from
but
television.
The people
I'm
on
taking it from
television
the city
saying
manager.
their dog was eaten by the people that went there.
Again, the Springfield city manager says there's no evidence of that. Vice President Harris, I'll let you respond to the rest of what you've heard.
You talk about extreme.
All right. Why is J.D. Vance also spreading these terrible, virulent blood libel against the Haitian community? And he does it at every rally, at every stop, every time there's a microphone within an inch of his face. He uses it to punch down and attack the downtrodden, the disenfranchised people that require our protection. These are people yearning to breathe free, to paraphrase Emma Lazarus at the base of the Statue of Liberty. Not people that were supposed to crush under the weight of totalitarianism and threaten to deport them to Venezuela. Let's listen to J.D. Vance. And this now, you'll see the reason that he has been charged, sworn out in a new Ali David with criminal charges.
Thank you so much for answering questions. I am Casey Jones with WCCB. I want to ask you, you're talking about hostility. So looking at how things are going in Springfield, Ohio right now, where you made claims that Haitian migrants were eating pets that have since been debunked. There are threats to the community. Things are hostile. Knowing that America is so divided right now, would you change anything about the way you spread those now debunked false claims?
Well, what I have a responsibility to do in Springfield, Ohio, or any constituency in the state of Ohio, and if, God willing, the American people honor me by making me their next vice president, this will be my responsibility for the whole country. My responsibility is to listen to the people that I serve and not a biased media. And that's what I'll keep on doing in Springfield, Ohio, or anywhere else.
Let me clear up the procedural issue here. This is not an indictment by a grand jury. This is not even a criminal complaint by a prosecutor. But Ohio recognizes the right of its citizen to swear out by affidavit, meaning sworn under penalty of perjury crimes against others, their neighbors, Trump Vance, and the like. This wasn't created just for Trump Vance, but it's being used appropriately there by the Haitian community, who got together with a very good and creative lawyer, the Chandra firm, and said, how can we stop this? We are being abused. We are being victimized. There are bomb threats that are pouring into Springfield, Ohio. Ohio, Haitians can't walk down the street in Springfield, Ohio without getting a side-eye glance, not from the locals. The locals welcome them to answer the question, how did the Haitians get to Ohio since they don't share a border for those that are a little lacking in geography? It's because the Haitian community, through its established community of professionals in Miami, lawyers and doctors and and the rest and pillars of our community society in Miami, they knew that they needed a helping hand. They needed someone to give them boots to pull themselves up by their bootstraps, and they knew about missing jobs. Sorry, missing workers in Springfield, Ohio, and an underground railroad between the established business legal community in Miami and Springfield. Oh, Ohio, put the Haitians to work in Springfield, Ohio. Isn't that what we're supposed to do with America? But no, Donald Trump figured out they were brown people and black people. There were others that he could point to in order to try to win election to scare voters into voting for him. And so he accused. And then when J.D. Vance has asked the question, well, why are you doing that? Why are you attacking the downtrodden? Aren't you married to an Indian American or Southeast Asian woman? Don't you have brown children? And he said, I'm just calling attention to VP Harris's failed immigration policies. How is the Haitian community operating under temporary protective status lawfully in this country, working in the Springfield, Ohio factories? An example of a failed immigration policy. This isn't border. Do people not know geography? Maybe you can make a border argument in Texas with Mexico. Maybe you could make a border argument between the outer regions of Nova Scotia and Maine or something like that. But Haiti and Ohio get a map. Man, grab a map and take a look. They didn't end up there, except by invitation and the Underground Railroad bringing them there to help the economy of Springfield, Ohio, and therefore the economy of Americans. 69% of all Haitians outside of Haiti are here legally. And this other group is temporary protective status, so I like it. Here's the procedure. Since it's not an indictment by a grand jury, it's not a sworn, a criminal complaint by a prosecutor. Here's the process under the statute that I just outlined at the top of the Hot Take 2935.0 ND of the Ohio Code. Starts with the affidavit now prepared, where you swear out under penalty of perjury, and it's a crime if you lie and you're swearing out, so you commit a crime in charging a crime if you don't do it right. If you don't have the facts, but they have the facts here, they then bring it to a municipal court judge who's the reviewing court. The reviewing court checks the allegations against the criminal statute, decides whether it meets its test. If it does, he passes it through to the prosecutor. Prosecutor then decides whether they're going to use an indictment, a grand jury by indictment, or swear out a criminal complaint. So then it ultimately lands with the prosecutor all along the way. Donald Trump is going to try to somehow defend himself. Now they reach Donald Trump for comment, allegedly to ask him, oh, what do you think about it? And of course, Stephen Chung, who's his spokesperson, said the following when he was reached for comment about the criminal charges. President Trump is rightfully highlighting the failed immigration system that VP Harris has overseen, bringing thousands of illegal immigrants pouring into communities like Springfield and many others across the country. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button and leave a like on this video. And if you haven't already, drop a blue heart in the comments if you stuck around to the end. Until next time, I'll see you soon.